Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Beyond Sports,
Million spoons.
where we BS about the sports, the football.
We got playoffs.
We got
They're
playoffs.
set.
Playoffs are set.
The playoffs are set.
Oh, there we go. We can
Know
quit
who it is.
stressing about the
Season is
part of the
almost
season that
over.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. Ugh. The only part of our season that seems to matter anymore.
I was getting a little teary-eyed watching Scott Hansen sign off today.
A little bit, right? No more red zone. It's
Yeah, so we now know the Chiefs are going to be playing the Dolphins in round one, hosting the Dolphins. The Tyreek Hill coming to Kansas City still is on, guys.
is on. It happened.
on.
What do you know? The league
do you
wanted to stop it, but
They tried their best by sending it to Germany, but now it's here.
now it's here.
That kind of
after
worries me more.
I mean, after how the Dolphins look today, I'm not that worried.
Yeah, that eases some of it, and it'll be cold.
Yeah. And they don't play well against teams above 500 or in the cold, so
Yeah.
you know,
Hoping for the best. Hoping
they're
that'll
still a good team. Yeah, it could still be tough.
And
Can't let that one get away from us.
listen, the Arrowhead crowd's gonna be emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are going to be harsh on Tyreek.
Yeah, but Tyreek will probably show out against him. But not, dude, I mean, hey, man, look at L'Jarius Sneed. Look at what he's done this year against all the top wide receivers. He shut him down.
He
I'm
doesn't
not really concerned.
No. The worst I think we're going to get is Snead is a little bit handsy at times, so we might get a couple penalties we don't like.
Maybe, but those usually end up not working, like not working against us too bad. Like he gets the pass interference, but he doesn't give up the touchdown. And then our defense a lot of times is good enough to hold that team to 3 when he, gets a PI at the 15-yard line. You know what I mean? And puts them right into the red zone. But
sometimes those penalties, you're just like, God, it hurts so bad.
We'll see what happens, man.
Yeah.
And I'm sure McDuffie will be on him a little bit here and there too. McDuff. We'll see how it goes.
Hardman looked like he could catch today.
He did.
Was he trying to trick me?
Hardman looked as healthy as he's looked in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't go out of bounds, Hardman, before you catch the ball.
Yeah,
and you know.
But he had a couple that I was like,
real
are you kidding me? McCall Hardman, you're capable of doing that?
That dude's fast.
Yeah.
And he's been injuries. He hasn't really been able to get into a groove.
Fly routes than MVS.
Yeah, I think Justin Ross also had a nice grab in that game.
He did. He did have at least one. He had one nice grab that I can remember.
He was targeted a few times, but there were either overthrows, underthrows, or miscomms. I mean,
it was Blaine Gabbert, who does not inspire me as much as Chad Henne.
No.
I want Henne time back.
But Blaine Gabbert
running on that last drive was awesome, but
Gabbert did lead us on a drive to win that game.
To win the game, you're right.
So give him credit where credit is due.
It's true.
Game-winning drive. I don't see him throw the ball.
I 100% agree with you, Sam, by the way. I'm just saying we got to give him a little bit of credit because he did lead a game-winning drive.
He did do that. I'm sorry. Harrison Butker just nailing field goals out there.
Nailing it. He's the dude.
Don't even got to worry about it when that guy's on the field, Yeah,
but I mean, really, it's just now about if we get the Dolphins team that we saw tonight, I feel good.
That's what you hope you get.
That's more realistically what you're going to get. A lot of people only exposure to the Dolphins was probably the 70-point outburst.
Right.
That's
our defense is too good for that.
Fucking is.
Our defense is way too good for that.
Honestly, I think they probably would have won this game without all the Tyreek had, I think, 3 big drops.
Yeah. Honestly, they're missing Jalen Waddle too.
I mean, and they should have won this.
Is he going to be back?
He might be back for the playoff game. I'm
I
not
think
certain.
he's probably just sitting for this week, maybe.
Yeah, he's been out a couple weeks.
No.
So, well, I think he missed last week and this week, but
I mean, they had both those receivers against us in Germany.
true.
Hmm.
I agree.
Didn't matter because we got two really good corners.
And now their defense is just fucking
Not
decimated.
good. Not good. I mean, their defense, to give credit to Miami's defense, they did generate 3 turnovers in that game. And their offense didn't do much with it.
Those are just straight giveaways by Josh. Those turnovers weren't generated.
They- That's true. That's true, man. Some of those interceptions were just
all
him.
3 of those were just straight giveaways.
What are you doing?
He was
Those
just
throws.
tired. He was tired of doing the right thing and decided to do the Josh
Dude,
thing.
Those throws, man, that you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we saw all of Josh Allen tonight. We saw the good and the ugly, like all kind of culminate.
Yeah, and
The playmaker, the guy who can put the team on his back and win the game at the end of it there, right? Like he did it all.
yeah, he did.
We saw every bit of them.
Oh wait,
The
is it
Bills have the
compared-
second best odds to make it to the Super Bowl in the
was-
AFC.
Dude,
In the AFC,
Yeah.
I get
in
it.
the AFC.
I mean,
I mean, they are the second seed, so it's not like that far off.
Before tonight.
I mean, oh, before tonight they did?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people picked-
they've had the second best odds in the AFC for a few weeks.
they're the hot team.
They are the hot team.
They're the team that every game since they've been playing us, since they played us, was a playoff game for the Bills.
They've had
There's
to
do
win
or
every
die.
game. They're going on a hot streak, even when they somehow can make up for their mistakes. They make a lot of them all the time, and it doesn't seem to matter. Must be nice.
Hmm. We used to do
Like,
that.
interception, fumble. Like, dude, that fumble, that strip sack that Miami got. Like, I mean, who on Miami got that one? Because that was dope. Like where he just like punched it out with one
Yeah, I
hand
don't know who did it.
and then grabbed it with the other.
I
you
didn't
know,
see that play happen.
while he was behind. Like he's coming from behind Josh Allen and just knocks it out with one hand from one side and grabs it with the other hand. You're like, all right, that's pretty dope, my guy. So that one their defense generated that turnover. The other two, yeah, it was just Josh throwing up a prayer.
Yeah.
Like,
Which
okay.
was also one of his touchdowns, was him just throwing.
Well,
he threw a nice pat that got tipped.
that bounced
That
off
was
the
a prayer.
dude's helmet,
That was
right?
still a prayer. Yeah, yeah.
And then the wide receiver made a great play.
That was a great fucking play.
But that was just dumb luck. Like those usually get turned over too.
Yeah,
that's
I was
usually
expecting it to.
Not for, I mean, my God, man, to have that kind of luck. Where's the
Wild.
Chiefs' luck with that shit? We ain't seen a tip pass tip passes always get turned over for us.
Steelers have
Every
any
time.
chance going into this game?
No,
No,
Steelers aren't gonna
no.
win this fucking
TJ
game.
Watt's probably out. With
TJ
it-
Watt's
Yeah,
probably out.
not without TJ.
Yeah, he has a
They-
grade 2. They said they're calling it a grade 2 MCL sprain.
Yeah, which is usually like you're out 2-3
AKA
weeks.
not gonna be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't see him in there.
Right. His best chance of showing up is if like maybe the AFC championship game, but they'd
Yeah,
probably
they-
have to make a Super Bowl. for
Imagine
him.
the kind of games that would have to happen for them to get to the AFC championship.
that'd be
Oh, yeah, the
wild.
Steelers aren't getting there. They are the rightful 7th seed, and they look like a 7th seed.
Browns
But-
Texans. It's the other matchup in the AFC.
Man, the Texans are scary. Yeah, you don't want to play the Texans right now. I certainly
Oh.
didn't want to play the Texans.
That-
I
that
might,
game-
I might eat shit with this statement next week, but I think the Texans are one of the few teams that might match up well with the Browns.
We'll see. I do like the Browns in this matchup personally, but I
I do too.
I haven't
like-
been exposed to the Texans a lot. I've seen them, I get to see red zone clips, I get to see ESPN clips, but I haven't sat there and watched
And
it.
actually watch them. Yeah, they're not
So
on
this-
primetime a lot.
So
They
this
will be next year.
Yeah, we're gonna see a bunch of them next year. I
You will
do
get
like
some
what I've
Stroud.
seen from CJ Stroud. He's awesome. I like
Mhm.
Nico Collins.
They're a scrappy team. It looks
Yeah.
like, you don't want to get into like a close game with them at the end. I think the Browns defense can handle them though.
Yeah,
CJ Stroud, it looks very good, but he's still a rook, right? Still a rookie.
going up
Um,
against
Yeah,
Joe
I'm
Flacco.
I'm looking up because I wonder if CJ has faced a pass rusher the caliber of Myles Garrett?
Yeah, that's a good question. This Browns got a relentless front and good secondary.
Yeah, the only guy, let's see, in their own division, there's the other Josh Allen, decent pass rusher, but he's not a
And
Myles Garrett.
well, and Walker, Trayvon Walker on that unit.
Yeah, good, but also not a Myles Garrett.
Yeah, no, but he was a first
But
overall pick.
but I guess there's not too many Myles Garretts. It's like Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, and like Bosa, and that's Chris
Chris Jones.
Jones.
Yeah, let's say CJ.
Hey,
Doesn't play
and
on the
getting Chris
outside.
Jones, we got Chris Jones his money
We
today.
did.
That was cool of the organization.
It
I
was.
thought
You could see how happy he was about
you
it.
could see how and that like boosted up the team and that got morale up. I think that was a great idea. Looking at showing that you're looking out for your player.
Absolutely.
I mean, side note, the Browns did beat the shit out of the Texans 2 weeks ago. So
Okay, well, so there we go.
I
Wow.
don't think
Okay,
I don't
CJ
think
Stroud. CJ
I don't
Stroud
know if
missed that
CJ
game.
played in that game or that's the one he got injured in.
that's
I want to say
right.
that's the one he missed.
That's the one he
Completely.
did.
Yeah, he missed that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I think he got hurt against the Vikings. Did they
Yeah,
play
they're
the
gonna have to
Vikings? I
go
don't
up
even know. I might be
against
making
Well,
shit
the
up.
Texans were still able to put up 22 on him
Yeah.
with
a. All right.
2 different quarterbacks. It was Case Keenum and some other asshole.
Hey, it'll be a game. It'll be a game, and it's the Browns, so we
Yeah.
know how much the Browns love to disappoint.
True. That is a good fact.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
we'll see. But I mean, the
Right.
Texans won the AFC South.
Hey, I mean, besides actually putting it on one of my surprise teams, I really didn't expect it.
No, I mean
I
that.
expect wild card. Like that's the surprise I was thinking.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
actually
the whole
let's
division was better than expected, except for
yeah,
the Jaguars.
we can talk about how they won it.
Yeah,
With the poor Colts player. Who was it that just dropped that pass? That was heartbreaking.
Nicky.
And
I
I
mean,
don't
for
want
the
to commit his name
Colts.
to memory because of that play.
It he's hoping everybody else forgets about it as well, or forgets about him. Because that's all that dude's gonna think about all season long is just like ball, hands, drop. Like could have been thrown a little better, maybe, but you should have caught that and
Yeah,
you would have had the first down at least. And
that's a hard one.
it's like
Sucks to do that when you're part of one of the most racist fan bases too.
the Colts?
Yeah, it's pretty
Just
bad.
because they're in Indiana? Is that why? Is that why?
Is it-
Because they're in Indiana.
I don't have anything personally against Indiana. It's just a fucking fact. Like their fans are pretty bad.
Didn't know that. It's like not like the most
Yeah, it's
surprising.
just a bunch of white hicks.
Not the most surprising. I mean, there's not a team in Alabama or like Mississippi, so you know, there's a Louisiana team, but it's New Orleans. So, anyways, um,
Yeah.
so because man, the Colts had a chance. Colts had a real chance there at the end,
They did.
and I
That's
thought
a decent drive that was being put together.
maybe they
Yeah,
were going
that was
to.
going to be first and goal if he caught that too.
Yeah, they were.
Yep.
To
And
be
then
honest,
the
He had
other,
room to go.
oh yeah, the other thing that helped the Texans win the AFC South, the Jaguars just shitting the bed today.
fucking
Just
what the fucking come on,
absolutely.
Jackson, dude, Trevor. Wow.
I know,
I
man.
really, I really think you got to fire Doug Peterson after that.
I don't know about that. I don't know, man. Trevor made some decisions that were made some like the two
Yeah.
touchdown passes looked great, like really good. But then the turnovers really bad.
Last drive was real bad.
Last drive was real bad. We're gonna have our guy go on a fucking hitch route to the sidelines or whatever, and 3 times in a row, basically, they ran
Yeah.
the same route.
Yeah, they did.
And he threw it over the guy's head because the dude was covered.
He missed Calvin
Um,
Ridley on that one play.
like I get it, you threw that for a touchdown like earlier in the game, kind of like to the sideline, but dude, come on, do something else.
I was if you believe in Trevor, like if Shad Khan or did he sell the team?
It's still calm.
It's
Yeah,
still,
so if Shad Khan still believes in Trevor, you have to get rid of Peterson.
I don't know. I don't think it's an either or
If
thing
like
right
if
now.
you have an option for an upgrade, I think you got to take it at coach.
Bring in
Um,
Frank Reich as offensive coordinator. Bring the band back together.
No, and Frank
You-
Reich is not going to be a head coach again.
No. Frank Reich has the offensive coordinator under Dougie P again.
Oh,
yeah,
Jacksonville.
bring him in as your offensive coordinator. I don't know, Jacksonville. Don't do that. Don't do that. Um, don't switch up Trevor's continuity and coaching staff
I just feel like
right
we've
now.
seen the top end of what Doug Peterson's going to bring.
I mean, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. A little bit of patience. He got you in the playoffs last year. This year, it wasn't down. You didn't make the playoffs. You still had a winning record.
Trevor
This-
was hurt in this game.
Trevor was hurt for a lot of the season. Kind of hurt.
I had the side thought before the game too that maybe like if Trevor's still hurt, like CJ Beathard wasn't that bad.
He was not. He looked
But
good last week.
that was also not why you lost the game today. You lost the game because you cannot stop the run.
Yeah.
Jonathan
They
Taylor
ran
is
fucking
tough.
wild on you
They
today.
did.
Yeah.
Maybe get a different defensive coordinator, but don't like Trevor's a young QB still. This is already his second coach in the league. Don't give him a third one. Don't switch things around here unless like Bill Belichick is like, hey, I want to come for the.
Well, you don't bring in no.
I mean, unless there's like really a
he
top
needs an
tier
offensive
coach.
head coach. All right, Steelers, Bills.
Yeah, like I said, I don't.
Not much to talk about there. I think we all know how that's going to go.
Especially with no TJ Watt. That's just gonna be such a boring game. Like, put me to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, do we
Already.
even like who's quarterbacking the Steelers?
I think it'll be Mason Rudolph still.
I
It
mean,
probably should be.
Tomlin claims that like they still believe in.
You can believe in
Kenny
Kenny Pickett next year.
Was he
because
healthy
I've
today?
seen-
Was Kenny Pickett healthy on the bench?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This
So
week
yeah.
he was
it
healthy.
is going to be Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Did-
Mason Rudolph.
did
Your
you
offense
see-
has actually looked like an NFL offense with Mason
Yes.
Rudolph under center.
Yeah, man.
Prior to that, you guys looked like an NFC South team. And then
Yep.
Mason Rudolph comes in and you guys score over 30 points in back-to-back games. Then you also go over 400 yards in back-to-back games.
So
Steelers
yeah,
fans hadn't seen that shit in like 2 years.
Najee Harris was a madman today.
Najee Harris has been on a tear the last 3 weeks. He's been really good.
and that's what I mean, gotta have a good run game to actually have a passing game with that team. Right?
Steelers outsmarted themselves. They had the perfect quarterback for them to transition from Roethlisberger to on their roster, and then it is for stupid and took fucking Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. I mean, but we saw Mason Rudolph before they had, we saw plenty of Mason Rudolph
And I'll
before
tell
they
you
took
what,
Kenny Pickett. And most people are like, maybe you should try see what another quarterback's like.
maybe a
we
third,
draft.
maybe you should try to get a different one. But as of right now, like you should be starting Mason.
No, right now, after what we've seen, Mason proved that he was the better one so
Yeah, he's
far.
better than Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
I think even the worst of
Not saying a
Mason
ton.
Rudolph's better than the best of.
Yeah. And he didn't do a ton, this week, but it was also like torrential downpour out there, right? Like that whole game was just wet and sloppy, kind of, or just the conditions were.
Tomlin will bring in Russ next year, would he?
What?
That
They could. That's actually a team that Russ might fit with. Like the Steelers
I mean,
wouldn't be stupid.
if you can talk Russ into being a check down quarterback.
And look, you got a good coach in Tomlin, right? Who he'll listen to and respect. You've got a stout defense, which he needs, and you found your run
George
game.
Pickens is not gonna fucking like that shit.
Yeah, well,
Deontay Johnson won't either.
it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
George
Tomlin
Pickens isn't the only big
Tomlin can deal with the
receiver.
these guys. Tomlin can deal with it, right, and still find ways to win. So I think out of all the teams for us to go to, the Steelers, one of the top ones maybe.
Hey, if you approach George Pickens and say, "Hey, man, it's either this or you have to catch passes from Kenny Pickett again," he might be happy about Russ.
And think about
Christ.
what's the one
Kenny
thing
Pickett's
Russ?
been fucking awful.
What is the one thing Russ can do really well? Bomb that shit, right? Like he's got a deep pass,
He
and
does.
Kenny Pickett wants to go get them. So
George Pickens has been awesome with Mason
George-
Rudolph, though.
George
Pickens,
Pickens doesn't want to catch balls over the middle of the field, unless he's like 30 yards down the middle of the field.
like I said, George Pickens with Mason Rudolph has been a different player than he was with Kenny Pickett out there.
I mean, like you said, the entire offense is kind of
Yeah. And I think that'll help him not be complaining.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. That NFC side now.
NFC side.
You have I'm sorry, man, look, the NFC, the NFC East can never have back-to-back winners, right? You can never
Apparently
have the same team win it 2 years in a row. Just
Apparently
doesn't
not.
happen.
Nope.
Yeah, there's technically no shame in you guys not winning the division.
There's no shame. No shame. You're still
The way you guys didn't win the division, that's
it's
different.
a little
Yeah,
it's a little shame.
I'm not happy about how the season went.
No, especially because it ended so poorly. You can't start 10-1 and then end 11-5.
Yeah.
Well, and like the shitty part is
Unsick.
like it's not even going to be the real Eagles team that we see next week.
No.
Like we may not even get Jalen Hurts.
No, probably no Jalen, no AJ, no Devonta.
So
Yeah.
that's just an automatic.
Swift didn't play today. Who knows if he plays?
I mean, in the way you guys look today, you're just
Yeah.
And beyond the people you're missing on offense, you look like the literal worst defense in football right now.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean. That's the way it looks.
you guys
That's what it
will
looks like when
have
players quit.
you
Yeah.
will have a new defensive coordinator next year.
Oh, and offensive.
There's that. There's that.
There will be 2 new coordinators.
Have any defensive coaches been fired this year?
Do you really want to go? How many has been fired right now?
What?
I'm like, I heard Rex Ryan would take the right job.
As a defensive coordinator, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe. I don't know. Has the game passed him by?
I don't like it when the dudes come back after not being in coaching for
Has
what
been a
was the
while.
last time he coached? It's gotta be 10 years.
The Bills.
Yeah, it hasn't been quite 10 years, but it has been a while. He's been behind the booth for a little bit now. So I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
I
But
bet
you guys
it-
are gonna have one. Congrats.
What's that?
I bet it has been 10 years at least.
Well, I mean, he was
That last AFC championship run with the Jets was 09.
yeah. Then he took the Bills job, and I think he was there.
09-010.
No way he was there for 4 or 5 years.
He was with the Bills until McDermott was there.
Yeah.
McDermott got that job in 2017. It's close to 10 years.
Well, they can't.
We have the Google.
Whatever. It's I also wasn't watching the NFL at that time. So
Yeah.
God, I can't believe they kept him so long.
Because he went from the Jets to the Bills. And he wasn't, yeah.
When he coached the Bills 2015 to 16. So 16 was his last year.
So coming up on 8 years.
So McDermott
Yeah.
got the job in 2017.
Not 10 years.
Yep. Close though. It's
So
close enough
that's
to where,
that's a
Sam,
long
it's close enough to where somebody rounds. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But I get
But you guys, the whole thing
no, we
just
did
to
not lose
say,
it. We backed into the playoffs. Is what we did.
scoot it. You scooched in.
Yeah,
At least like with the Chiefs feel a little like they did that as well because we had a much hotter start. We had a much better first half of the season than we did the second half. But at least like we won a game to win the division and lock up the playoffs, right? Like when we locked up our spot, it was after we won.
yeah,
And you guys have just been like, not
good. Not been good.
no.
I haven't been happy with what I've been seeing out of them.
I don't think they've been happy with that. I mean, the rest of the league is rejoicing. Tell you that, man. People love when the Eagles are bad.
Oh, cool! Yay,
Jerry
the
Jones
Cowboys
sideline.
won by Jerry Jones did better.
They don't like the Cowboys either. I don't get it, man.
Yeah, they don't like our division very much.
Mm-mm. Not a whole lot.
Nobody's got to win it.
well, nobody now that Dan Snyder's gone, nobody gives a fuck about Washington.
Yeah, right
But
now.
the other 3 fan bases, it's fucking New York, Philly and the Cowboys. Like it's
Nothing to like.
three of the most
Right.
toxic places on earth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. Uh,
If you're not from there, you don't
you
like it.
know what? It wasn't a great season, but it's still a playoff year. I mean, it's not.
Yeah. Hey, when your worst season is still a playoff year,
We're still in the playoffs.
you know?
We're gonna have time to look forward to
It's
next year.
yeah.
Not.
Like
I don't have any crazy illusions right now, Sneaky. Don't fucking.
it's look, we've all been waiting for the off season. You know what I mean? Like I don't see this Chiefs team going that far in the playoffs. I would like to see them win one playoff game. I think we can beat the Dolphins,
Yeah, I think we
but
can beat the Bucks too. Philly can beat the Bucks. I think.
Yeah, that's a. I just.
yeah,
I
we can
don't
beat
want
the
us to go
Bucks.
out in the first round.
Same. I
Don't
don't.
have to go out the first round.
Anything after that, I can live with.
I
It will
don't
be
want us
tough if it'll be tough if the Chiefs lose to the Bills in the playoffs. That will sting. That will sting. And if the Eagles were like lost to the Cowboys in the playoffs, that would still sting, right? Even if you get to the second round, right? Even to the divisional round,
Oh, that would suck even more if the Cowboys got to go to the NFC championship game
championship,
because
yeah,
they
beating the
beat
Eagles,
us.
right? So like,
Fuck that. Fuck all of that. I
I'd
don't want
almost
any part
rather
of that.
lose. I would almost rather have them lose to the Buccaneers in the wild card than lose to the Cowboys in the divisional round to see them go to the.
My heart kind of
Right.
Would
tells
you
me
really
we're
be
gonna.
okay with Tyreek Hill coming in here and beating us? We would like he would never stop talking about
Or
it.
are you talking about for with the Chiefs? I would, yeah, maybe though. The Bills, I don't want to go with the Bills and lose to the Bills because
I'm
you're
kind
never going to hear the end of it from
I'd be
Bills
kind
fans.
of okay with it losing to them in Buffalo.
I guess in Buffalo it would be a little different, and we've beat them twice in the playoffs before this. We'll always have 13 seconds, so as long as they don't get a Super Bowl ring off of it, right? Like,
Yeah, that would be.
I might
not
be
that we
crazy,
won a
but I
Super
still
Bowl with
think the
either.
Chiefs are gonna host the AFC Championship game.
Probably not. That will probably be the Ravens, right?
I don't think the Ravens are gonna be in the AFC Championship game.
They're going to lose to the Browns, and you're
I
saying
think
that
they're
the
gonna.
Browns.
I think the Browns are gonna beat the Baltimore Ravens, and
I
then
think the Browns are probably the team with the best shot.
That
we're
means
gonna
we
play the
could
Browns in the AFC Championship game.
host it again. Their head invitational is on.
Yeah,
There.
that's my prediction. Mahomes will play a road playoff game because he will have to go through Buffalo to get that.
It's too good to be true, P. It's too good to be true.
I'm giving it the good old stamp of approval, Sam.
If we lost to the Browns in the AFC Championship game, like
And I do have us losing to the Browns
it
in
would be,
the championship game
it wouldn't be the worst that could happen, but it'd
because
be
it's
kind of
not Deshaun
embarrassing.
Watson.
I know that helps.
Hey,
That helps
Miles
that there's
Garrett's health is not guaranteed.
No, it is not.
Playoffs are tough.
yeah. Like going through the Dolphins and the Bills, and then the Browns. But the Browns can beat the Ravens. They did it already. Pretty sure. Almost certain that they did it already this year, at least once. Oh, that was a loss there. Yes, they did. They won. They beat that 33-31 game. That was a crazy game against them, right? That was very like
It would be super
back and forth field goal win it. Do what?
It would be super funny to see the Browns grab a ring before the Bengals.
Cowboys, Packers. What do you got there? Packers, great year. Good job. You found another quarterback. Good job. Jordan
That
Love.
long-suffering franchise that missed the playoffs last year. They're
I,
back
you
in there.
know,
You're back in after your
God,
1 year drought.
no one deserves a quarterback more than the Green Bay fucking Packers.
Yeah. Jordan Love did what Aaron Rodgers could not do. And that was make the playoffs in his
Make
first.
the playoffs that would a win in situation. Yes, absolutely. Jordan Love, you've had a hell of a year. The year started off real bad for Jordan.
Yeah, that had ups and
Um,
downs. He went up through those ups and downs.
he did, but then he
Pulled
proved
out
that
a
he
hell of
could.
a year.
He did, man. 32 touchdowns to 11 interceptions.
Love it.
Not bad at all.
Had a couple.
The thing I'm really excited for there is to find out in what specific way Jordan Love will reveal himself to be a horrible person.
Yes,
I
come
mean, it
in
won't be in for
15
another
years
15 years.
when he goes to the Jets. what's he gonna do to show how terrible he is? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Well, I think like with Brett Favre, like I think he's probably just always been doing shit like that, but got away
for
with it
sure.
because it wasn't the age of the internet.
Yeah.
He's Brett Favre.
Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers, we've seen signs of this shit from the beginning, like
a
little
little
signs.
bit. I mean, I
That
don't
is
I
know.
mean, he was quiet behind Brett Favre, but he knew he had to be. But once he was the starter, he started getting weird.
But I don't know. It was
It
never
was always
anything. It just
his
seemed,
relationship with the press, and then you find out like his relationship with the family, and
that's personal stuff
it was just
that
like it was yeah, but it was just like slippery slope shit.
people have family issues, and his stuff with the press was like whatever. He doesn't talk to the press that much, and he seemed to have some quirks, but it didn't seem to be anything like that toxic. And now it's like, okay, you are just like just a dumb human being who loves attention.
So, yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
congratulations to Aaron Rodgers. He got attention.
he got a lot of attention.
He
Like
did
even when
not
he's
get in
not
the
starting.
playoffs for this year with the New York Jets, but his replacement in Green Bay did get into the playoffs this year, and it's awesome.
So that is awesome.
Um,
he
I
did go on national TV this week and accuse someone of being a pedophile.
yeah,
No, yeah, he didn't. No, Jordan Love did not do that.
no,
Um, so one of the shitty things Aaron Rodgers did.
yeah. So it kind of sets up a cool little in the playoffs. Not Aaron Rodgers setting up anything cool.
Accusing people of being pedophiles,
No,
right?
no, no,
Yeah.
not that. On the
That's not the
football
cool
side
part.
of things,
Right.
I'm
Right.
focused.
I just can't wait till Aaron's playing next year and has even more cameras and attention on him.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure, man. Yeah, but what if he doesn't do well?
Hard Knocks coming back. Hard Knocks on the comeback tour. But so you have Mike McCarthy versus the Green Bay Packers, coach that
Likely,
replaced him in
right?
Matt LaFleur.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then
N-
we also have Matthew Stafford with the Los Angeles
Going
Rams going against the
back to
Detroit
Detroit.
Lions and Jared Goff.
Back to Detroit. Oh, that is
On the
yeah,
Jared
Jared
Goff
Goff
led the
facing the
Lions.
Rams, right? The
Big,
quarterbacks facing off against their old
big.
teams.
In the AFC, you have Tyreek Hill versus the Chiefs. You have
Mm-hmm.
the Browns versus Texans, which would have been saucier had Bill
Had
Cosby been
Deshaun,
allowed to play.
but yeah, right.
His shoulder would not allow Bill
But
Cosby to play in this game.
I think we're all happy that he's not playing in this game.
Absolutely, I would. That's why I'm rooting for the Browns.
Yeah. Otherwise, definitely not.
Yeah, otherwise Texans, which I am okay if the Texans win.
I am. Yeah. I don't think that. I think the Browns have. Or I think the Browns are gonna win that game, and that they have a much better shot against the Ravens.
Same. But yeah,
So
but back to the Lions and Rams. That's a fun
Rams are.
matchup.
So real quick, do we think the Packers have any kind of good chance
I do.
Oh, against the
Packers.
Cowboys, they yeah,
in Dallas?
Yeah, because Dallas is inconsistent.
but not at home.
this year.
Not at home. At home, they've been very
They're the
consistent.
Cowboys. They're the Cowboys.
Yeah, and
It's the Cowboys in the playoffs.
that's the
Cowboys.
thing is, are we going to see the Cowboys we've seen this year, or the Cowboys we typically see in the playoffs?
That's what history tells me we'll see is that. So
They just seem to have a different level of competence to them this year.
they do. But we'll see. I mean, Jordan, the Packers have been playing well the past, you know, they played well this week.
Side question: is Cowboys Bills the worst possible outcome?
Yes. Yes.
Cowboys Steelers. I hate that more.
Why the Steelers?
I
Why?
don't really like the Steelers. Just personal.
I mean, I guess I don't. I don't have anything against the Steelers.
I couldn't stand either of those
They're
franchises.
in all. The Steelers are.
Bills, I always kind of felt kind of sorry for because of losing 4 in a row.
I used to feel very sorry for the Bills.
I like
And had they
I
not been
used to.
like,
They're fans of
yeah,
that ship has sailed.
I just think like had we not had this little rivalry with them these past few years, I probably would have been cheering for the Bills very much so, just because they've always, they're kind of that underdog franchise.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's just such a little piss baby.
I know, but
I'm saying the Steelers are the only worst possible outcome out of the AFC for me than the Bills. I don't want to see the Bills there, but the only one I want to see there less would be the Steelers.
Bills Cowboys is the worst scenario. P is the best scenario for you, a rematch of last year.
That one was fucking too tough, man. Like that was too much going on.
You only want the Chiefs or the Eagles to make the Super Bowl. You don't need both happening
I either
again.
I
want
didn't
like
like that. I want to watch a Super Bowl with you where we're both fully rooting for the same team.
same here, dude. Like I think it'd be awesome. Uh, like
I didn't like seeing you in anguish.
yeah, it was just, and I would have felt the same way had the outcome
In
happened either way. I'm just like, this would have
anguish.
sucked either way because it takes all the fun out of winning it because your other team loses it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that my ideal, like, if it's not going to be the Chiefs or Eagles, if neither of those teams are in there, my ideal Super Bowl this year would be the Browns and Lions.
Browns Lions, of
Oh,
course.
that'd be sick.
Or Browns Lions. Just because
I would
like
get a lot of
come on.
laughter out of Browns Packers because Deshaun Watson not playing, Aaron Rodgers being just leaving Green Bay. Like that shit's just fucking funny to me, okay?
Would be.
That's fair. Yeah.
Jordan Love can go ahead and get his one ring now
Yeah.
and then just not ever win another Super Bowl for the Packers. And then that way they can have 3 straight guys who, maybe have great careers, but could only win one championship for them. Right.
Yeah, but just wouldn't that be awesome to see like Deshaun Watson like watch his backup lead him to a Super Bowl,
Yeah,
and Aaron
dude,
Rodgers has to watch while Jordan Love takes the Packers to the fucking Super Bowl.
fucking Super Bowl, Joe Flacco against Jordan Love. Nobody would have called that shit at the beginning of the year.
No
I
fucking
wonder if
way,
Joe Flacco is starting next year for somebody.
dude. If Joe Flacco parlays a Super Bowl run into a fucking another contract,
Another contract,
I'll fucking lose my
Legendary shit.
dude.
right?
All
Legendary.
first ballot Hall of
There's
Fame.
no way.
First
There's,
ballot. If Joe
slow
Flacco
down.
can get to the
Slow down.
Super Bowl again, if Joe Flacco gets to the Super Bowl this year, first ballot Hall of Fame.
I've been a
No.
Flacco hater my entire life, and this is just the best thing I've seen.
I mean, I liked him when he was on the Ravens
I
for
liked him
those
on the Ravens.
first on I liked rookie contract Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I liked
on the Ravens.
$300 million Joe Flacco.
Yes.
Once
And
Joe
then
got paid, his performance went down.
Yeah.
he was like, I told you I could do it, right? Win Super Bowl MVP, and then nothing. And then just like
That they couldn't afford
immediately
anything
falls off
around
the
him.
I mean, yeah, but still, dude, I've never seen somebody take such a sharp dive off a cliff like
Yeah,
Joe Flacco
it was
did.
quite impressive.
It was
quite
very impressive. So
If you can go back into fucking Baltimore and send them home.
that shit would be so funny.
So who do you guys got? Lions or Rams?
I legit don't
Oh.
know who's gonna win that game.
Man, with how because the Lions haven't been playing the best ball as of recent, right? Like
And the
Man,
Rams are playing pretty
the
good.
Rams have been sneaky good.
they have been. I still think I might take the Lions on this one.
Like
I
I
think they're
want the
better
Lions to win.
team.
You know,
but I
Do you
really
guys
don't.
okay? Do
Both
we?
both teams play in a dome. I don't think Detroit's home field is that big of an advantage.
no.
Did you guys watch the actual breakdown of that call last week for the Lions and how they number 70 was running on the field doing the thing to try to trick the Cowboys that he was the one
I
reporting.
told you they were up to shenanigans, man.
The official points at him too and isn't really looking that much at the guys because number 70 had reported earlier in the game as eligible. I don't. It was like still the refs dumb, but after like John Boy did a breakdown of it, that I sent in the group chat. That after you watch it, you're like, Lions, you're probably trying to be a little.
I was always gonna. I agreed, and it was hard to feel sorry for the Lions when they kept fucking trying to go for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
take
good one.
take the
dude,
fucking hit, guys. It's not gonna
take it.
happen.
Like the football gods are trying to tell you
It's probably a
something.
situation where like Dan Campbell had this brilliant idea in the middle of the night to come
Yeah,
up with
right.
that fucking trick shit, and then it
We're gonna
blows up
be
on him, and he just gets so mad.
we're gonna be calling 70 eligible all night long, and then we're gonna trick him, and 68's gonna be eligible, but 70's gonna run out on the field acting like he's eligible.
Oh, I'm a genius. I'm a
And
fucking.
then we're not going to make sure that those officials understand what's happening on that last play, even though maybe he talked to him about it before the game.
Yeah, I don't know. He claimed
I
he.
don't. He did, but I don't. What did he? Did he go? Hey, we're going to pretend like 70 is eligible. But really, it's going to be 68. Watch for it here.
Yeah.
Who
I
knows?
Dan Campbell is still good for the NFL. I hope he coaches.
I do love Dan Campbell as a
I love
coach.
Dan
Though.
Campbell.
He's great, hilarious guy.
He's the perfect antithesis to
Norm.
the Shanahan and
yes,
McDaniel.
we need that dude out there. Great for the Lions too, right? Like, I think he's perfect for that organization, for that city, and he's just wildly entertaining.
I think even if you're a fan of one of the other NFC North teams, you can't hate on the Lions this year.
Or yeah. I mean, it'd be
You
tough.
can't be mad.
They've never done anything.
Yeah.
Never. They've. I don't even think they've ever made it to an NFC Championship game.
No, I mean, and I've seen them make the
They've
playoff. It was always like the position the fucking Buccaneers are in, where they're dead.
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. And man, like they've been around longer than the Super Bowl, right? They've been around the entire Super Bowl era, haven't made it to a conference championship game.
Yeah. I hope they can do it.
At least the Browns have made it to 2 AFC championship games, at least, right?
Yeah.
Monumental collapses, I'm pretty sure, because one of them was like the drive, and then the other one was the fumble one. Yeah, two monumental collapses in a row for the Browns back in the 80s, but they were there to collapse. Lions weren't.
Yeah.
So if they meet in the Super Bowl, which one's going to have the epic collapse?
Oh man. Oh
yeah, because only one of them can
The
get it.
ultimate matchup of bad fate.
I think ultimately I would cheer for the Lions if that was the matchup.
I would too, just because the Browns are still involved with Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson, yeah,
I
exactly.
agree. I would be wearing my Megatron jersey during that game.
Hey, there you go.
But that'd be a fun matchup. That'd be a fun one. That'd be a matchup I would have never picked to have happen.
Should we do? Ooh, we should do our pick. Remember how last year we actually did picks for games? You know,
Yeah,
like
right.
we can do that now that it's
Completely
the
abandoned.
it's the
Let's do it.
playoffs.
Okay, so Chiefs Dolphins.
Okay, well let's we know what we're gonna do there. Let's go past the Chiefs and Dolphins because
Okay,
we know we all want to
Browns
pick the Chiefs,
Texans.
and I don't want to jinx the Chiefs by picking the Chiefs.
Okay, Browns Texans.
Browns.
Browns.
Knicks. Browns Texans.
I'm going Texans, man. I want the Browns to be there to beat the Ravens, but I think the Texans are going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You really think so, man? Like they're a scrappy team, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, this magic run has got to end for them sometime.
oh god. For who? The Browns or the Texans?
For the Browns.
Also for the Texans. Like
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Steelers, Bills.
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 It's not even fun now.
Packers, Cowboys.
I'm
Y'all want to say it, but then again, we don't.
I know, right? It's gonna be the Cowboys, right? Like
It has to be.
they're at home. I know who he's gonna pick.
I'm
I know
taking
you're
the
gonna.
Packers
I know it. Yeah. Okay. We know you're gonna follow your heart.
because I do think that the first, obviously it's the Cowboys in the playoffs. I think they're going to lose in the first. They're the Vikings. They're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay. Okay.
That's my
They're
pick.
that fraudulent. You think they're that fraudulent?
Jordan Love. Get him.
Here's the thing. I think the Packers might be the only ones that have a chance to beat the Cowboys.
That's why I think it's the matchup. I think it was the matchup. If had the Saints ended up with that playoff spot or the Seahawks, I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Well, I mean in the entire playoffs right now.
The Niners.
Niners.
Oh yeah, the Niners. Sorry.
Yeah, they're not playing this week, but
they won't see the Niners until the NFC Championship.
Right.
Here's one. The Rams and Lions.
Yeah, again, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one. I think I'm gonna go Lions. I think they're just a little better this year, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was the Rams. Like that would not. That's a tough one.
I'm going Lions
Mhm.
also.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Okay. Eagles, Buccaneers.
The Buccaneers, they just scored 9 points on the Panthers today.
Yeah, that's
9.
the other part of it is that Buccaneers team. I mean, Baker went out injured.
Is he? How bad is it? Do you know how bad it is?
I don't know.
Um, P. We know who you're picking.
Do we? Because I don't. I watch the same football games you do. Okay,
He doesn't want to prolong the pain.
I'm realistic here. I but I'm also saw that the fucking Bucks don't look very good. I think
They let's see. He's got rib injury that he suffered against I think last week.
yeah, he suffered it last week. I don't know, man.
But he's still out there playing. You know Baker will play hurt. You know he do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles, I guess. Because Baker's hurt.
It's got to be it. Yeah, I'm gonna think that the Eagles are better than but man, they haven't. They just lost to the Cardinals and the
That's the thing. I want to
Giants.
say the Eagles cannot lose that fucking game, but they absolutely can.
Absolutely
They
can't lose that game.
absolutely can.
Like from what we have seen from them, they may just lose it.
I just want to go back to much as I hate to say this, I want to be imagining the first half of the season Eagles.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
I may have to go Bucks. Actually, I might be talking myself into the Buccaneers here.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You're going Bucks.
it's tough
I'm gonna go
because they look
Eagles.
so they put nine. They put up 9 points
I
against the
can't pick the
Panthers.
fucking Buccaneers. I can't do it.
They kicked 3 field goals against the Panthers. Like
Sam, are you taking the Eagles or Bucks?
they beat the Jaguars 30-12, and they beat the Packers 34-20. The Buccaneers did.
They can score. Like,
Yeah.
They couldn't today
not today.
against the Panthers.
So Sam,
But it's the Eagles defense which is even worse than the Panthers.
I'm gonna put you down for the Bucks, Sam.
Okay, what are you picking, P?
Eagles. I'm not gonna change my pick.
Sneaky, what are you picking?
You pick the Eagles.
I should probably pick the Eagles. Wait, is Jalen Hurts out?
I don't know.
That's what it depends on. If Jalen Hurts is out, all Buccaneers all the way. Like,
Yeah. I
oh
don't know if
show.
AJ Brown's playing. I don't know if Devontae Smith's playing.
Let's go Buccaneers. Let's
Yeah.
not go Buccaneers. I'm not cheering for them, but
I got you. I got you
I'll
down.
put it down. I'll go out on the limb and I'll take
I'm
the
actually gonna go
Buccaneers.
Bucks too. I picked the Eagles in bad faith. I was just trying to cast bad juju on them. I don't think I need.
Oh. I'm trying to also do the opposite because I think like whoever I pick, it's usually the opposite.
Yeah, I just don't know.
But honestly, like if you want the Eagles to win that game, that's almost worse than wanting them to lose it.
I don't. I just think they will win.
Okay.
If the Eagles win that game, they're gonna slip by the Buccaneers. Like they're not gonna blow them out.
No. I agree.
And
Doesn't
then they
matter,
have
it's
to
the
go face
playoffs.
one of the real fucking teams.
Doesn't matter how you win in the playoffs.
You guys are the 5 seed?
Yeah.
When should we play it? Oh yeah, so yeah, your next game would be the Niners. Yikes.
Yeah. Would be good. Unless another
If
wild
the
card.
Lions and Cowboys win.
I say, which is not guaranteed on either side.
No.
Because it's the Lions and the Cowboys in the playoffs. But I think we
Bring
did
him
it.
over. Bring him over here. Mike Evans on a cheap, like end of his career deal.
He's another one that drops silly balls.
Dude, yeah, but
Silly,
he
easy
also
balls.
has doubt. He also
we
like
could talk
I know,
about
I
that all
know,
night.
I know.
We have a whole off season to talk about the potential signings.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
But I think for this week we did it.
You're probably right.
As always. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like
and
comment, subscribe, share the video, and come back next week.
all right.
But we really do need to interview every wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every
Oh.
yeah. Every wide receiver.